club. Nagi denies to have sent that image. Kyotaro goes to meet Suzuki on Nagi's suggestion. Suzuki tells him about how her friend and her group betrayed her before meeting Kyotaro, and is scared that things will end up the same. But Kyotaro tells her to be herself, and still accepts her as she is. Later, Senri's music teacher asks to leave the library club immediately and attend her music lessons. Senri refuses to attend extra lessons up front. Tamamo speaks in support of the teacher, which makes Senri sad and leaves the room. Kyotaro tries to follow her, but Nagi stops him, telling him it's the shepherd's job from this time forward since she might quit singing forever. But Kyotaro refuses to leave things as they are. Senri tells him about her past when she didn't give her best in a singing competition for her friend to win, but she still won and got nicknamed Song Princess. This made her friend angry and left her. Kyotaro suggests she stop singing if it's too painful for her. Everyone is worried about this, but Kyotaro asks them to leave the matter to him. Takigawa is so obsessed with Mochizuki that she has been taking pictures of her secretly. Tsugumi, with the help of her sister, suggests a name, Minafest, for the event conducted by Library Club, to which everyone agrees upon. Suzuki comforts Senri, telling her doing what she wants is right. Tamamo, on the other hand, wants to support Senri in becoming a singer, as Tamamo could not become an artist herself due to her parents' disapproval. Tamamo gets another mail from the shepherd telling them to stop their activities. When Miyu Serizawa, Senri's childhood friend, asks Kyotaro about Senri quitting singing, Kyotaro confirms it and asks Miyu to think what would happen to Senri next by herself. Nagi tries to get Kyotaro to do something about the current situation with Senri, but Kyotaro refuses to make hasty decisions and asks to observe her longer. Nanai appears out of nowhere and tells Kyotaro that he has passed his second exam and can start becoming shepherd whenever he wants. Nanai takes him to the magic library where he finds Nagi's book, which is currently sealed. If Nagi fails to become a shepherd, the book will be unsealed and she will have to return to her normal life. After reading the book, Kyotaro remembers Nagi to be his younger sister. Nagi moves into Kyotaro's room, giving being siblings as an excuse. Kyotaro remembers his past when his father had many wives, and Nagi was introduced to him as his half-sister. Nagi was always alone and neglected by everyone. The house servants found out about this and tried to abuse her, but Kyotaro stopped them. Suzuki stays overnight at Senri's to watch movies. Later, it is revealed that Tsugumi had lied to her sister, Sayori, about Kyotaro being her boyfriend, but Sayori had known about everything from the very beginning. In order to thank Kyotaro for visiting her sister, Tsugumi offers to cook dinner for him, which puts him in a tight spot, as he doesn't want Tsugumi to learn about Nagi living with him. Kyotaro has a hard time hiding Nagi's stuff scattered around his room. Later, Tsugumi and Sayori visit Kyotaro and find Nagi in the room. Sayori can't calm down when Tsugumi accepts this quietly. Sayori gets a heart stroke and Nagi has to use her magic to get her to a hospital. Kyotaro explains that he and Nagi are the shepherd trainees and will soon be forgotten by everyone. Tsugumi confesses her feelings and asks Kyotaro not to leave. The next day, the library club is taken over by previous senior club members who ask Kyotaro and other members to leave. Kyotaro and his friends are forced to leave the club room. They find out that Takigawa was behind it, and she did it under the influence of the shepherd, but they refuse to give in just because their club room was taken and get determined to make Minafest a success. The school council announces it's time for a symposium, which matches that of Minafest. Many famous celebrities are going to be attending this symposium. This makes students return their tickets for Minafest. Kyotaro has a vision of Tsugumi dying in Minafest and decides to become the shepherd to save her. Nanai burns Kyotaro's book from the magic library, making him slowly disappear from others' memories. Tsugumi rushes to Kyotaro's place when she can't remember her conversations with Kyotaro. Kyotaro admits it was because he had become a shepherd. Tsugumi tells him that she would hate Kyotaro becoming a shepherd, but Kyotaro refuses to change his decision. Everyone receives a message that Kyotaro has joined student council to make Minafest an official school event, so they try to stop him. Kyotaro explains this to be fake. Senri decides to sing in Minafest and Nagi makes the news go viral. On the request of Nagi, Miyu also accepts to become MC for Minafest. Kyotaro, on the other hand, can't seem to find a way to save Tsugumi from the accident. A huge crowd gathers at Minafest. Applio staff and Happy Project members are determined to give their best. The performance in Minafest begins and the audience seems to like them well. When it was time to perform a drama, Tsugumi goes to find Kyotaro. Kyotaro and Nagi catch Takigawa, messing with screws of hanging lights. When Tsugumi reaches at the scene, the lights fall. Seeing no other options, Kyotaro uses his shepherd magic to transport the lights along with Takigawa, Nagi, and himself to Symposium, where Takigawa unknowingly confesses before Mochizuki, and everyone in there. Since it is against the shepherd's rule to expose their power to normal people, Kyotaro now can't become a shepherd. But since his book is already erased, he can't have a normal life either, and will be forgotten by all. Kyotaro is missing in Minafest and everyone searches for him. Tsugumi gives a speech where she tells they can accomplish many things if everyone lends their hand to each other, and with wordplay, asks to be with Kyotaro. On Tsugumi's request, Kyotaro decides to stay with the group. Nanai brings back Kyotaro's book. Takigawa returns to the club room and apologizes to everyone. In the hospital, Sayori shows desire to become a shepherd, while a man observes her from behind. Nagi is made the shepherd in charge of Shiomi Academy and is going to be living with Kyotaro. And that's the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a lot of videos just like this, so I'll see you in the next one.